Time management. Oh, I love it. Great point. Time management. Okay, so running a restaurant, that was one of my big things because I had a certain amount of time throughout the day to do certain things. When the food was being done, you had a certain amount of things to get things done. So my internal timer was always running. And after work, I had a couple of hours to get paperwork done and a few other things. And then I had to try and find time for myself, right? So, and then after we sold the restaurant, we sold the property, closed the restaurant, and I started this online thing, and I found out there's so many things to do, and it's almost, no, you know what, in a lot of ways, it's harder than running a restaurant. But to be fair, I have been in the restaurant business for almost 40 years. I had a couple of stints in between where I did other things, but time management has always been a thing. And what I started to do, and in order to keep self-care in there somewhere, I worked on 45 to 50-minute hours. That means that from 9 to 9:50 I would schedule something. From 10 to 10:50 I would schedule something. From 11 to 11:45 I would schedule something. And the 10 minutes in between was my time. And even in the winter, I would go outside, get some fresh air, get a glass of water, do some stretches, play with the cats, do some knitting, make a phone call, do something just for me, but I would get up and walk away from the equipment. You need that break. Even if you set the whole day aside to work on one project, you need to take that time in between the hours to reset yourself. There's a thing called efforting. I'm actually going to be doing a YouTube video on this because this topic has come up on a couple of occasions now. We're doers. We are born doers. Now, what I've come across, you know what, I'm going to skip that. We're born doers. But the other thing about that is that we effort. We push so hard to get certain things done that we end up causing ourselves stress. Stress in and of itself is not bad. It helps you get things done. However, when the stress becomes chronic and day to day and every day, all day, that's when the other problems start happening inside your body. You start having illnesses. You get sick all the time. You can't sleep. You have digestive issues. Like the list goes on and on and on. Those are just three of the big ones, but we're going to start there. So in order to get around that, cut yourself some slack and give yourself 45 or 50-minute hours, and then set your tasks inside those time frames. The other thing I recommend thoroughly when you get up in the morning, and if you don't get up early enough to do anything for yourself, start setting your alarm clock 15 minutes ahead. So if you used to get up at 5, get up at 4:45. And then in 1 to 3 weeks, depending on how you adjust, some people adjust really quick, some people don't. So in 1 to 3 weeks, adjust it to 4:30. I'm just using that number because I happen to get up at 4. Okay, but you know, if you get up at 6, make it 5:45 and 5:30. But take the time to readjust your clock and your schedule, pardon me, to make sure that you have at least half an hour just for you in the morning. And that doesn't mean you have to get out of bed and do stretches. It doesn't mean you have to get out and do reading or yoga or meditation or whatever. Even if you just lay in bed for half an hour and just go, oh, it's going to be a day and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And what can I do and what did I do and how, you know, like talk to yourself about how you appreciate what you do. But just lay there and totally, thoroughly relax. Or if you like, I like word puzzles, okay? So when I get up, I do a word puzzle. It gets the little juices flowing. I also have, first thing in the morning, I have a big glass of water. And I thoroughly recommend that. And I do recommend room temperature water. The purpose of the room temperature water is that your body, while you're sleeping, the temperature does come down just a teeny bit. However, if you go into the fridge for water, that water is sitting around 30 to, depending on the way you keep your fridge, 30 to 36 degrees. Your body is 98, I think it is, 98.6 degrees. So even if your temperature comes down a little bit while you're sleeping, although some of us get hotter when we're sleeping, that's a 60-degree gap between what you're waking up with and what you're putting down your throat. Now that's not good for your body. Your body has to work overtime. It feels great going down. I get it. However, that's not how you want to kickstart your body in the morning. You want to coax your body into working. You want to hydrate it first, not shock it first. So room temperature water, and then go from there. Now there's one online doctor who recommends putting salt in your water first thing in the morning. Now, to be fair, not table salt. And he said this actually. He recommends Himalayan salt, and I do agree. Himalayan salt or sea salt. There are different mineral contexts in there. I personally prefer Himalayan salt because it's not as salty in taste, and it's pink. It's pink. So yeah, but so in your time management time thing there, try to set aside some time for yourself. And even if you have to take breaks throughout the day, well, that's the day in between hours. But try to start your day with something that you like doing just for you. Like I like my word puzzles. I like knitting. I do some stretches in the morning, and I drink my water before I even get out of bed. I have a glass of water sitting beside the bed. Before I even get out of bed, I down most of it. Not all at once. But I do drink all of that big glass of water before I even get out of bed. Just a thought. Let me know how it works out.